Cooking with Copper. Today we're going to be making cheesecake brownies. I will have the recipe, all the details in the description below. So what you're going to need is 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're going to get our cream cheese. Add your cream cheese and sugar to the bowl. Then using a hand mixer, blend until creamy. Then you're going to add your egg and the vanilla. Mix these until they are nice and blended. All right, once you're finished with your cheesecake filling, we're going to put that aside. Now we're going to make our brownie batter. You'll need your medium bowl for this. We are going to be using 1/2 cup of melted butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Now, since I'm using the mini muffin tins, I am also going to be using the little mini chocolate chips. They're so cute. All right. To your bowl, you're going to add the sugar and the cocoa powder. Then you're going to whisk in your melted butter and vanilla. Continue to whisk until smooth. Then you're going to add your eggs and whisk until blended. Then you're going to add the flour a little bit at a time until it's all combined and smooth. Now just stir in your chocolate chips. All right, once you're finished with your brownie batter, you've got all your chocolate chips stirred in, it's time to bring back our cheesecake mixture and get started on filling our mini muffin tins. If you decide to use an 8x8 glass baking dish instead, you will need to make sure you line it really well with aluminum foil and then spray it with some cooking spray. Now I'm just going to spoon a little bit of the mixture in each spot. You don't want to fill it all the way up, just going to spoon a little bit. If you're going to be using the 8x8 glass baking dish, you're going to want to reserve about 1/3 cup of this batter. Spooning it into the mini muffin tins was a little harder than I had anticipated, and I had to get some help from a rubber spatula. All right, after you have filled your little mini muffin tins or your 8x8 baking dish, now we are going to add the cheesecake mixture right on top of the brownie. So just take a little dollop, put it right on top, and finish filling each little spot. Spoon the cheesecake mixture right on top of the brownie mix. Now you'll want to just use a little bit, because if you put too much, you'll find that when you get to the end of your tins, you will have brownie mix and no cheesecake to top. Remember the brownie batter I said to reserve at the end? Now is where we're going to use it. You're going to just take a little bit and dab it on top. If you're using the 8x8 baking dish, you will use a teaspoon and just put random spots of the brownie batter on top. I reserved about 1/4 cup, and I'm probably not going to use it all. All right. Before I make a bigger mess, I'm going to show you that you just swirl it in. Get it all nice and swirled on top, looking real pretty. Or not pretty, as mine is turning out. Doesn't matter what they look like, they're gonna taste wonderful. All right, after you have finished swirling on your reserved chocolate, now it's time to put them in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. All right, our timer's just gone off. Now it's time to get them out of the oven. Sneak peek. We'll have to let them cool completely before we can take them out of the little muffin tins. All right, now we just have to wait for them to cool. See you back in a minute. Once they have cooled completely, use a fork or a spoon to kind of scoop each little brownie bite out of the tin. If you used an 8x8 baking dish, then you will just pick up the brownies with the foil and place them on a plate and then remove the foil. Then you can cut it into squares. And here are your finished brownie bites. And how do they taste? Apparently pretty good. Enjoy!